So, okay, here is going to be the start of my actual recording because there's just another problem with my microphone. So I'm just talking to the people that are watching the video version of this. I think I basically failed to... Oh, jeez. Oh, my God. I think I want to scrap right now. And I think I don't want to top deck it. The reason I want to scrap is because it I think I want a desperation to gain a seer, actually. Seer is so good already. No, thank you. Oh, and I can top deck the seer, which is... That's really good. Okay. Cool. And I immediately drew the two cards that I don't want to see. Oh, good gravy. Anyway, to quickly just explain what happened. My OBS still didn't recognize my microphone, but I got it. Okay, so the people that are watching the video version of this don't know what happened in the first game. It was like a sort of goofy swash, just a game where there's like a bunch of draw and not a lot of other stuff, but it just piled very fast. And also there's Labyrinth. So I'm currently up 1-0. I feel like I'm going to lose, especially because my opponent drew their deck basically 2 turns in a row, and I'm just like sort of fighting to get anything done. I don't know how I feel about the Doctor open. Really, Doctor just makes it so hard to think through. I mean, it's really like the combination of Desperation and Doctor. Desperation, in particular, is a card that I used to have in my dislike list. I maybe still do, actually. No, I don't. The reason being is that it really just blows up the amount of options you have in every turn. Actually, Desperation Summon just does that like times a billion. So what I'm kind of holding out on is that my opponent might... Oh my god, okay. If my opponent keeps not picking up any summon and they don't play with Market Square, there's a theoretical possibility that I could catch up. This could be hard. But yeah, I mean, if they're buying summons, literally just continuing to... Oh, Galleria. That's kind of interesting. They're over terminaled. I guess I didn't have a better idea. They do need plus buys one way or another. Alright, this is like bad as hell. This is like horrible. This is just truly not fortunate. Because in my next turn I'm going to draw a Shepherd and probably not find anything. I guess I just have to Desperation another Seer, or else I just completely crash and burn. Even though the fact that I just keep gaining curses without really accomplishing that much otherwise is also making me completely crash and burn. But yeah, I'm just not having good hands, really. Yeah, I basically have to do this again. Because I was right about to draw a Shepherd that did nothing, unless I drew like a single estate off the top here, which would be kind of... it would make the Shepherd just sort of be a cantrip or whatever instead. Yeah, I'm probably gonna lose, because their deck doesn't have this problem where there's 3 curses for no reason, and this is extremely good, like really truly so good that they get to gain another just random 4 card. Probably should be like a Market Square, I think. I don't know. Could be like a scrap. Pretty sure that what you eventually want to do in this board is... Yeah, actually just taking an estate is fine. I'm pretty sure that you eventually want to try to do Market Square stuff, just because you are going to be able to draw so many cards eventually. And Market Square is really good, first of all, with Seer, even though the golds kind of stink. Although if you want to, you can just scrap the golds into stuff that Seer likes. And Yeah, and if you have like a sort of variable but very large amount of draw, Market Square is great for keep the fact that it just keeps paying you off no matter how many times you discard it. Like, you just get to keep gaining a bunch of golds. I guess it just depends on how many trashing cards you have, and I would probably plan on picking up like 2 or 3 scraps, I guess. So that's like a deck that can really like increase its pace very hard. Yeah, so they're just like being very consistent here, or they're just like making sure that they can draw every turn, which is perfectly reasonable. The one thing that makes me win this game is jeez. So I could trash the curse that's on top of my deck. There's actually maybe 2. Here's what I'll do. I'm going to trash the curse, hope that I get the extra one just for free, and I'm going to get a scrap. And I'm also just going to hope that the seer that's in my deck finds this shepherd and magically just picks everything back up. I mean, it just depends on whether I really truly believe that I can catch up in this game by virtue of knowing about the Market Square thing, which I don't think is going to take me very far. And they're also going to get like all the estates and have like a 1,000,000 point lead, so I don't think that's going to happen. I think I'm just going to do like a sort of light Hail Mary, which didn't really work, and I'm going to get a scrap, I think. But this is not going so well. Yeah, so I really want this here to find the shepherd. But we're now talking about ways that I randomly, magically, and for no reason, sort of get back into this game. That, you know, like they just sort of they had their shepherd thing work out a bunch of times, and just kind of like played to keep drawing in the first like 3 or 4 turns, which ended up working out really well. On the other hand, my doctor stuff was just kind of very awkward, and I don't know. Maybe that was just like a bad opening. There's again, as I said, there's people that feel like they understand doctor in the opening, and I kind of am not one of those people. All right, hoping I see the shepherd. I seem to have not seen the shepherd. Retroactively justified the fact that I put the seer second from the top. Maybe I just like immediately start like theoretically doing the Market Square stuff. I still think that I just need more of like everything, though. I don't know. I'm just going to take a Market Square. I'm not going to top deck it, I think. Maybe I'm supposed to get something else. The thing about it is that shepherd is bad for me because I don't have that many like victory points or victory cards, and I'm not really going to do anything to rectify that. I'm just going to sort of continue to do this plan where I just hope that everything magically turns out pretty peachy. Because I think that there's like, I mean, with shepherd, there's always a chance that you just randomly get exactly the draws that you need to, even though that's very hard for me because I only have 3 victory points, 3 victory cards, or less, maybe. No, I didn't trust I trusted the 1 estate on the first turn. I mean, Market Square is just good for getting those estates back, really. Y'all. That was me thinking of take the power back, y'all, which is like, what was that? I don't want to say. Okay, I thought it was thought it was Rage Against the Machine, but I briefly thought that it was like Beastie Boys. Kind of sounded like Beastie Boys in my head. Right, so they're kind of like farting down a little bit, although something like just summon another shepherd and buy 2 estates sounds really, really good. And yeah, like they're playing with this deck that actually successfully draws cards. Okay, for some reason I like could have sworn that I had a shepherd in this pile, but the fact that I didn't doesn't matter because I don't know. I just can't proceed in that way. So yeah, what I wanted to do was So I just have the 1 shepherd in my deck, and I have like the 3 estates, the 3 victories. So I think I want to trash this doctor. I mean, that's not going to be that great for me. The fact that I'm gaining this gold. But I want to try to do this. Oh, that's actually, that makes me very happy. And then I think I want to top deck Shepherd and top deck Estate. Although top deck Seer is like kind of equally good, basically. Okay, this is kind of the draw that I needed. I still have a hard time seeing myself as anything other than so behind. It's like nearly a joke. Well, that's weird that you're playing that tracker. So I basically like did have the theoretical magic perfect draws that I was kind of hoping that I would have. And yeah, well, I kind of don't understand playing that tracker first. I mean, it suggests that they don't have other stuff that they can do this turn. Oh yeah, and then trashing that curse was also like basically perfect. Like once again, I was just sort of like, that's exactly what would have had to happen, or maybe I could have had like slightly better draws there. That could get me back into the game. Really from this point, I mean, it's still so hard because I also have like a huge victory point deficit, and also there's like no reason in the world for me to keep drawing consistently. Oh wow, what? So okay, you might have just had your shepherds and estates lined up badly, but that's not going to happen again, I think. Okay. This is like something. I could seed like a nice hand. So what do I want to do here? I could ditch the pouch. So to be clear, I'm getting like so lucky. It's a joke. Although I got a little bit unlucky at the beginning of the game. That's just kind of how it goes. I could scrap the gold, which is something I mentioned doing. That doesn't like help this hand basically at all. It just like I get another one back from Market Square. I could trash this curse that's really screwing everything up. I want to do that. And of course I would summon a shepherd and maybe just take another market square. That sounds like it could be good. Or do I take another estate? And I do really need those estates. I could also desperation and get just another like great card like Seer. Estate is like an extremely necessary card in order to yeah, the estates are going to run out and they're in limited supply, and like they're a very important part of drawing, even though like I feel like what is it, that's like my fourth estate or something, or my yeah, the fourth victory card that's like properly in my deck. And yeah, it's just important to have those, I guess. I don't know. Okay, so I would have just drawn the shepherd regardless of whether I wanted to. Okay. Or whether I tried to. So it looks like you're going to succeed in drawing this turn. Seems like things are going to go well enough. They have like a lot of possibility for like a sort of surprise curse pile out with Galleria, maybe. Although actually not with the deck that they're currently using. I don't know, like, I don't know what that's supposed to mean. The way that their deck is right now, they don't, you kind of need like extra Gallerias and extra gaining in order to exploit that. The other thing is they don't have any like bonus plus actions. Neither do I, of course, but I'm basically using the minimum amount of actions every turn. Maybe what I was supposed to do is trash that Pixie last turn. What the hell is the card actually called? Tracker, and gain another estate. Just like, I guess I could have turned the tracker into an estate or trashed a curse. I kind of like trashing the curse better, I guess. I don't know if I looked at this kingdom enough for my video. I think I did. This is like such a not easy kingdom. Yeah, I did skip Highwayman, and I have like such a, I mean, I have a ridiculously low amount of Seers. I would not want to play this with 2 Seers and I have like 3 Shepherds in my deck, and that's my draw or something. And that is like not a condition that I would like to be in, but I'm just like playing by the skin of my teeth and like sort of building the minimum amount of draw and sort of hoping that things will work out. It still feels like I'm way behind, it turns out. Although they have like a lot of Shepherds. I mean, I don't know. The fact that they're not trashing at all is kind of weird. Although at the same time, I spent the first like 12 turns of the game negative trashing. So I don't know. Yeah, I think that's at this point I don't know. I would want some Seers and stuff from them more. I don't know. Like Dutch, you're like sure. No, I don't like that. Like they're still kind of like having inconsistent draws because they're really only doing the Shepherd stuff. And there's so many of those. Oh, this is bad. One of the 3 boons that's left in the pile is the draw 2, discard 2. Is that right? Have I seen that? Or have we seen that many boons? Because I just like haven't noticed. There's the ones that are like takes the this is important, of course. Yeah, that one sucked. Okay, that's the one that actually would be kind of nice here. No, I think that Earth's Gift you already got. Sky's Gift. That's the one that would be really good. Flame's Gift. Swamp's Gift is great. Okay, so the three that are left are Cartographer, Draw 2, Discard 2. Both of those would be really good in this position. And then the other one that I don't remember what it is. I guess I can try to find it. The other one is, oh, and get a plus buy. That one actually wouldn't be so bad. Okay, I'm going to actually play my tracker right now. Perfect. Yeah. Okay, so if I literally just drew without thinking, that would have also been good. Okay. I think I'm going to awkwardly trash a gold to get everything. I'm not going to top deck this. I think I will top deck the horse. Maybe I won't. There's kind of not a whole lot of point to drawing extra stuff here. I want to play this Market Square to get the extra plus buy that it has to offer, kind of. Currently what's in my discard pile is just a bunch of estates and also the horse. What I'm going to do is definitely summon a shepherd. I'm actually not going to be able to use a fourth buy. Who am I kidding? Okay, so I'm going to summon a shepherd. Then probably just gain another Market Square, I guess. Or maybe it is... I guess I don't know what's on top of my deck. Oh, wait, what's on top of my deck right now is a seer. But if I do this, which I want to do, then I have a bunch of estates in this hand. I think that summon a shepherd would just be great. And then I guess I'm just going to do more Market Squares. I'm going to do one more Market Square. Do I do desperation to get something else done? Ugh. I'm like kind of over the curses. I'm not going to do that. So I could have top decked something. But I'm saving. I guess what's really nice about Shepherd is that the estates go back into the shuffle this way. I mean, that would also happen with someone. I don't know. I just like someone. Okay, give me a break. Yeah, I like someone. Because it also gives me that extra action that I need. And then I think I'm going to take one extra Market Square. And I'm not gonna desperation to get another scrap. That just seems basically pointless. Okie dokie. So I'm, oh, what the hell? Wait. Okay, I thought that it was just victory cards in the shuffle, and I was like, I had more estates than I thought. All right, well, that sucks. Yeah, I'm still so behind. They're just gonna have like a bunch of money. They can buy like a bunch of gosh darn Market Squares, or they can just make their insane victory points lead much bigger, or do whatever they want. It's still gonna be again, it's still gonna be really, really hard for me to come back and win this. That said, I do feel myself like building a little bit faster, and I probably should take like a Highwayman or something at some point soon, because I'm not going to be able to summon stuff anymore. Although I can summon a Mountain Village and take the Shepherd out of my hand, or take the Shepherd out of my discard pile. Why did I... Oh, because I discarded these. Right. I forgot about that. Those were in the... Yeah, right. That sucks. Alright, so I could just completely crash and burn here. It's going to be bad. If I'd realized there was that silver, it actually maybe would have just been better to draw it and still potentially, like if I played the Seer, I would have drawn it and potentially left stuff on top. Man, I just blindly assumed that it was only estates, which is kind of ridiculous because I also just like sort of thought I don't have that many states. There's also, I knew that there was a horse as well. For some reason, I just forgot about the other cards. So yeah, I probably should have just like played a Seer, I think. Which would have like left the copper in, I guess, but it would have taken the silver out. The silver sucks. I don't know. It's more like I didn't really make this shuffle better or worse by not playing this year. It's just that I could have drawn the silver and that would have been nice. Like I would have just gotten an extra market square with that, basically. Yeah, piles are really low. As I said, there's like you get a free curse. They can pile curses or pile whatever they want and win so much. And they can even just kind of like lower piles frighteningly. Like they can just gain a bunch of market squares. And I'm not catching up to 2 provinces. I mean, I'm not going to be able to buy 2 provinces, let alone 2 provinces and a duchy is what I need in order to catch up to them. I don't know. Maybe no. That is absolutely not happening. Oh, you didn't find the Galleria, so you can't do that. Yeah, I'm not sure how much I want to blame my opponent's sort of weirdly inconsistent shuffles on the way that they built. I mean, they have more series than I do, and they have more of all the draw cards. I still think that they should have more series and less of the other stuff. There's maybe like 1 or 2 times where they did that summon Shepherd, and instead it should have been a seer. Lowering the series is also like an equally good thing for them, basically. Although they still can't really pile them very well. And hesitantly gonna say things are still looking kind of good. This is guaranteed to be the plus buy one now, which is actually good to know. But so of course I can't it is no longer possible for me to gain any seers and not like fear for my life. I can so I have a seer that's on top. It just seems prohibitively difficult to set up the stuff in my discard pile that I want. I think what I'm going to do is awkwardly trash the pouch. Because I'm not really short on buys. Mountain Village does seem good. Like, fetching an estate out of your discard pile is nice. Ugh. Yeah, I'm not going to be able to, because what I want to do... Ugh. Okay, I'm going to do this thing. Whoa! Okay, awesome. This is something that I kind of have to do. Ruh-roh. So what do I have on top? Or what do I have in the deck? Okay, I actually can... So I'm going to end up with 3 buys. There's a market square in there, and I think it's 3 victory cards. And also a horse. Something I can do is put a mountain village on top. And then spend those other 2 buys on effing something. I don't know. I'm going to need highwayman at some point, I think. So what? I have $10 plus 5. I don't know what kind of money I thought I had, but I don't actually have that. Okay. I am going to take a mountain village, which goes on top. A province, which I guess can go on top. Might as well. And a market square. Province, which goes on top, as I said. Okay, I had like $1 more than I thought that I had. I don't know. I'm going to take a market square and not put it on top. How does that sound to everybody? Not hearing any objections, so that's what I'm going to do. Just going to continue to hope that I don't think that they have a way to gain 3 seers. It's not like I could have played around that at all, really. All right, I'm going to quickly get up and go to the bathroom in like a minute. Ugh. Alright, so they seem to have drawn everything while I was gone. But yeah, they only have 2... They just have the pouch in their deck. I guess they can play like a tracker if they want to and magically get the 3rd buy, but that, probably won't happen. But they never got the scrap or the market square. They just have the Galleria. Galleria can't help you gain extra seers. If they like had an extra action, they could play the Galleria and like maybe gain something off a tracker and then use the buy that they get from the extra gain, blah, 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 blah. Again, there's nothing that I can do to play around the Seer 3 pile, so I'm just sort of stating that's how it goes. Right now I'm thinking about in the freak event that I have next turn. I mean, of course, they can just buy 2 provinces or something if they want to. Or maybe they can't. They're not getting more payload. So I sort of keep thinking that they're going to end up with more money somehow, but that just hasn't ever happened. but they can still like at least get a province, or they can like get a province and a seer, and just like once again put me in this position where I just like have to buy like an unreasonable amount of stuff in order to catch up with them in points, and then still basically be screwed. Okay. So yeah, what I was thinking is, so I'm going to play my mountain village, pick up my shepherd. Probably going to, so I do have the horse that's on top of my deck right now. I could play that before I play the shepherd by playing the market square and then the horse. That means that I don't have the market square anymore to react with. That's not really such a big deal. What it does mean is that the victory cards don't go back into the deck, which is sort of hard to know how to evaluate whether that's good. I mean, it makes each of my shepherds worse. It makes my seer kind of worse. If there aren't the estates in the shuffle, of course it's different with province. But it also means that there's just a chance that I don't find the next shepherd. The other thing is if I play the horse, good idea, but it seems like it didn't work out. Although that means that you get to gain that extra payload out of nowhere, which I was sort of talking about how you can't do that. Oh, you're right. Yeah, they wouldn't have even been able to afford the third seer. Right, that's part and parcel with that thing about. Oh, well, they would have been able to afford it actually because of desperation. Jeez. Dodged a bullet, I guess. I mean, you know, I've it's literally been raining bullets on me, and I'm just like sort of like exhaustedly like flinging my head back. Oh, what are you doing with that? I'm scared. Uh-oh. Well, maybe you're just buying a province and a seer. Actually, that completely makes sense. What are you doing? Anyway, if I play that horse, so how many victory cards are in my deck? Okay. Here's first order business. This is my deck. So I have 3 victory cards that are left in there. There's going to be 3 shepherds. You definitely don't want to have more shepherds than victory points or victory cards in deck. Okay. Or at least the same amount. I think that this is right. I'm going to draw 6 cards plus another 2 from the horse. Yeah, this and I also just have to aim high because I definitely need to be able to do some gold gaining and playing, and maybe even a lot of it in order to be safe. Doesn't really matter what I do here as long as I play on these being back in the deck. Cool. Weirdly, I think I play the horse first because I want to draw the stuff that Seer would find. Okay. It's kind of bad. So I have 1 market square left. Assuming that I am thinking of playing both of these. I have like a large chance of drawing either my Seer or another victory card after that copper. And okay, now I'm realizing that there's no point in holding on to the market squares if I scrap something. I'm going to sort of meet in the middle. So I definitely need to do some stuff in order to be able to double province. They went first. I'm not really worried about So how much money did I have in my deck? I have 14 as it is. Ugh. I sort of like this tracker. I mean, I'm just trying really desperately to double province. And I'm also not going to be able to set up a nice turn next turn anymore. So I am not going to be able to double province unless I gain a gold. And I'm trying to double province or else I basically lose. So I kind of have to do that thing here. Now I just have to think about which of these dang cards I'm going to like discard. Which one of these dang cards I'm going to trash. I think it's got to be the silver. Do that. +1 action. Maybe it's like +1 silver, gain a horse or something stupid. Yeah, I don't know if you know. Okay, Seer's nice. Might as well do this, I think. And I'm just going to play to draw all these things because it doesn't really work out for me if I try to top deck something. If I try to top deck the victory cards, I think. Like it's not gonna turn out that I have money to spare to top deck anything. Oh, I can top deck a mountain village, but with desperation, and that makes me lose the game. So I'm not going to do that. The one thing is that I could get the special gift that lets you gain a mountain village, which I'm not going to count on getting that. All right, screw it. I may trash a card from my hand. That's nice. It's going to be a copper, I think. So wait, how much dang money do I have? Did I like totally miscount it? Ugh. What is going on? I have $18, or I have $19, and then I can trash a copper and have less than that. But there wasn't ever a way, unless I did something different a while ago, that I would be able to gain a mountain village here. Man, I'm really taking up so much of everybody's time in this game. Okay, geez. 13, 15. 19. Yeah, I think trashing copper is better than anything else. And I think I just want to, like, top deck a province. Actually, not top deck a province, and then just kind of go from here. And now I really am just, like, diving headfirst into a horrible deck, but there's nothing I can really do about it. No! Ruh-roh! So they're probably going to draw as much as they want. Although I have proven the ability to double province, I still think that they can't. No, they totally can, because they can play their Galleria and play too. I mean, if I came away from this game with a draw, that would make me so happy. So that wouldn't matter at all. And I mean, like, I don't know. There's a theoretical way that I mean, if they get 2 provinces, I draw my deck, I can basically win, because I can desperation to gain a duchy. But that's still so far off, and it's still so theoretical, especially because I haven't drawn. It's like not really looking that feasible for me to draw everything right now. Anyway, if I do come away from this game with a tie or a win, you have witnessed the strategy of simply state exactly what has to happen in order for you to come back into the game and have that happen. I don't even know if I did anything. I just like kind of had like really nice shuffles, and I didn't get punished for my extreme dearth of drawing. My opponent got punished for their large amount of drawing. I still didn't really understand that. It's like hard to understand why you fail to draw cards with Shepherd. Sometimes it just doesn't work out. It makes a lot more sense if you're seeing yourself draw like 3 Shepherds that don't do anything, which is what I think my opponent must have seen a couple times. It means that they bought a little bit too many Shepherds, I think, but they also got like a lot of victory cards. Like I don't know. So they're going to draw their whole deal, which that's pretty clear. They get to think about whether they want to engage in any other sort of shuffle fixing that they want to do. I also don't know. No, they can definitely win if they get that the plus buy gift. Wait, that's weird. So are you just like deliberately leaving points in there? That doesn't sound right. Because then they're like hoping to summon a mountain village or something, or gain a mountain village or whatever. Oh, you can spare a gain on mountain village because you're going to play Galleria. Maybe, I don't know. I'm just going to watch what they do. I've done so much talking and it's like tuckered me out. This is game 2, folks. And I think we started an hour and 20 minutes ago, which is, I mean, this is the sort of game that just takes a long time, this kingdom. So there's not really anything we can do about it. So what did you get? You got the stinky one, the one that draws you a card, which doesn't really help. Okay. So they did once again try for that special Game Winner boon. I don't know what the plan is. I don't know what they're going to do. I mean, he left a bunch of, like, bad cards on top. So, like, I don't understand. I have to, like, I have to make sure that they... triggered a bad shuffle, because I'm not 100% sure that that's what happened. No, their next hand is just going to be a bunch of victory cards. Right? They discarded. So you're going to try to double province. Oh, and you can't even afford it. Because you played the tracker. I don't... I'm sort of sketched out by some of their decision making this turn. They can either desperation... Oh, well, so they're probably going to summon the mountain village. That makes sense. But you would have been able to do that and gain a duchy if you played the Galleria. I don't like top decking the province, I think. So there's a lot of things that might theoretically happen this turn for me. We'll have to see. I'm going to play the horse first. Don't really like seeing that exactly. Okay, so I'm basically happy as long as I draw my deck. As long as I draw my deck, I can end the game in a tie. If I leave these market squares unplayed, I can theoretically do a bunch of silly gold overdrawing stuff and maybe buy 3 provinces. That really seems out there, and I'm also... I basically like have to do that right now, and if I commit to that right now, it means that I just draw a lot worse. So I'm probably going to end up playing these market squares. There she is. That card. The other thing is I can choose to use Mountain Village to draw an arbitrary card on my deck, or I can choose to use it to... I'm going to play this as well. Oh, that changes things. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, so here's how it's going to go. This mountain village can either pick up this pasture that I'm about to discard, or it can draw an arbitrary card, which might be another victory card, which it has a pretty hefty chance of being. If I play this scrap, it means that I don't get to get any more than $19 in my deck, and I have to be careful about how I make that happen. I had exactly 18 last game, or last turn. Did I have exactly 18 by getting a copper or getting $1 with the... Ugh. Did I get $1 with my scrap last turn? I drew a card, I gained a silver, and I gained a horse. So I didn't get any extra money from that. Okay, so I'll still have... So I want to do this first. And it's going to be +1 card, +1 action, gain a silver. Oh, that's bad. Okay. I'm kind of not confident that I'm going to be able to draw a deck anymore, but I'm going to do this. Okay, that's awkward. But this is kind of like forced. That's good. I think I still play this here. Okay, so now we're going to draw everything. So now, I think I'm now just sort of deciding exactly which one of these endgame options I want to pick. So if I trash a card here, I think I win. Or if I get something that lets me trash something and... Ugh. Gonna draw 10 cards. Oh, but I'm gonna put 10 cards in the bin. Let's just see what I get here. That might simplify things. Okay. Gonna do this. So I have $19. I don't know where that last thing came from. So, do I win? I still think that I don't. And I also think that, I mean, my options are taking the tie or ridiculously... No, I'm going to take the tie, I think. I don't have any secret wins that I can see. There's maybe a way that I could have played this different such a long time ago. But I do have the tie. I really don't want to, like, overthink this. So I have the tie. 21 points, or $21 is the most I can afford, which would give me $13 after I buy the province, which is enough to do 2 series and then end your game in a game loss, or end the turn in a game loss. I'm going to... There's no way for me to score any extra points other than by buying a duchy. I can end the game by buying a doctor, which would be, you know, like poetic or something. No, I totally can't do that. Okay, I'm gonna do this just to, like, save my own heartbeat, which is take the tie. Okay. GG. Ugh. I know there's 700 million things I could say about the game. I got maybe unlucky, maybe I just did something extremely horrible in the opening. I felt like I played it well, but there's a ton of ways that I played that slightly badly, and I could have done it better. I think that my opponent made a mistake not trashing or doing market square stuff at all. Um, but I also think that they got unlucky shuffles. There's just such a mixture of things that it's so hard to say exactly what ended up happening. Okay, transport expand sounds good, but not so good. The alternative is transport priest and then just open priest. Would I rather have an expand or two priests? The expand is only so good. You can't turn estates into $5 cards, which is probably early game expand's favorite thing to do. Double priest seems fine. There isn't anything else that I really want. I think I'm going to do double priest. What else? Is there like anything that I'm missing because I'm thinking too hard? Squire kind of stinks with Gatekeeper. Eventually you're just going to try to do Swashbuckler stuff. Storyteller looks really good like it usually does. Maybe you don't even bother with Swashbuckler and just sort of exploit a bunch of Storyteller stuff. Storyteller Crown is of course hilarious. I like the two priest idea. And it's very likely that you'll be able to play both of them, or you'll be able to find a way to play both of them. If you don't draw them both on turn 3, then you can ghost down and see what happens. And in that case, you'd be able to just like buy a sticker price expand. Yeah, I feel like doing this. I think that I mean, I'm playing so slowly, and part of that is because I'm also trying to do this commentary thing. I have thought nothing about what I've said in the last like however many, hour and a half, and I'm just thinking about the game and barely trying to say it. Okay, this is basically great. This is basically great. I still think that, expand has to be better than these other cards. I sort of don't think that this is a board that supports mass priest stuff, although the fact that I have two priests and I'm about to buy an expand. Oh, what the hell am I talking about? Somehow I just... I didn't have $7 in that hand. I think I was just double counting the amount of money for priest. Okay. Storyteller sounds great. Okay, so this is just an extremely lucky early draw, I think, for me. I think I still like another Storyteller. I have to get Squire at some point, which is hilarious. Maybe I take a Crown instead. Crown sounds good. Okay. What do I do with this hand? Squire has to be a better card than Horse Traders. I'm going to probably draw maybe even like everything here. I think I'm just going to take another Storyteller. Okay. This is weird. I'm like racking my brain if there's a way to get $7 with this hand. The only way to do it is by trashing the other priest. Maybe that second priest's time has come. The other option is just like gain yet another crown, but that's not going to be doing anything for a while. The expand lets me, I really like an expand now. This is like a puzzle of a hand. I'm pretty sure that I can't. Like, I can't trash 2 cards and also get the extra $1 or play of a priest. That just doesn't work. Okay, sorry. This feels slightly correct. Maybe I should have valued the priests, but I wasn't really going to be able to do anything with them. Anybody been playing this game called Book of Hours? I'm sort of just like listening to the music to that in my head. Okay. I think I want the squires. It's either like turn 2 coppers into 2 squires, or I turn 2 coppers into like yet another storyteller, yet another crown or something. I think I want the 2 squires, but it's not obvious. There's sort of like value that you can get from the squires because you gain a gatekeeper, and that, I mean, you can turn that into a province. Is that just going to be like the way that I end the game? Like, a squire turns into 2 gatekeepers, and then each gatekeeper turns into a province eventually. Is that faster than anything else I could do? Eventually this priest turns into a second expand. Is that what do I want the priest to be a second expand? Then I just like waste this extra $1. Man, this is like, ugh. I think I want the squires though. The squires are just like good. I think I'm supposed to turn the expand or the priest into expand. Ugh. I've been saying ugh so many times. I can also just like gain silvers and expand them into stuff. I like the expands. I would have liked to transport the expand to get some extra value from that, but that didn't end up happening. This is kind of awkward. I want to get rid of these dang coppers, really. Wait, is that the first copper that I trashed this entire game? Okay, never mind. Somehow I thought that I'd trashed a bunch of coppers already. I guess I had like so many chances to do it, but I passed them all up, and I'm just misremembering that. Okay, so I can play all these 2 coppers, draw 5 cards, and still have a chance to get some good expanding done. Yeah, that's the sort of thing that I wanted to do. Okay, cool. So we're just in the same position now. Right now, the guiding question is, do I feel like just gaining a copper? Because I can either expand my 2 coppers into 2 squires, which is I think what I would do, or I can do that but also gain a copper. That seems basically pointless. One other thing is I could gain a ghost town as well. That actually sounds good. So I'm kind of short on actions, and also just like having the extra action. Oh, and I could turn this into... Do I want to turn this into just like another crown? Man, that's... I guess. Yeah, that sounds good. I mean, you'd rather have a crown than a ghost town generally, even if it's in your hand. Kind of didn't even... I didn't even think about that. I was just kind of thinking that second expand is going to get wasted. Jeez. Yeah, so I'm underplaying this, I feel like, just because the fact that I didn't think that through enough. I feel like I probably made a similar, like, I mean, each of my turns with expand and priest, the times that I've had those two things in hand, there's been like a lot of options, and I kind of wasn't like, I spent so much of my brain power of just like parsing through turns in that last game that I don't know what I'm doing. I'm also taking so long to think through my turns. My opponent is also slightly taking a long time, definitely less time than me, although maybe the Dombot match thing will say otherwise. You never really want to be like that much slower than your opponent, but for a lot of people that's not the first, second, or third consideration, I guess. And for me, it's like the third consideration, which is to say I've spent so much time considering my turns. Yes, go ahead. That, you know, if I were to think, oh, good idea. Ooh. Trash a copper and a ghost stone to draw 6. I guess that's fine. Yeah, I don't think I ever had a chance to use Priest, Crown, Storyteller to draw a bunch of cards. But that's something that I definitely had in mind. But it never worked out. I just sort of I drew all my cards in like the weirdest order in the world. I don't know if I like the fact that you trashed the ghost stone, but maybe you had to do that in order to get an expand and discard it from exile. Sure. This is pretty straightforward. I think I do want to gain a silver. It means that I don't. Well, I will end up having enough actions to play all my expands, but we'll see if I get to use them all. I don't know. Okay. Jeez, man. This is like I don't get to. So okay. Didn't I have more squires than that? No, because I was going to gain a third one. Yeah. I'm not thinking about deck tracking at all, but it doesn't really matter. But I would have liked to trash a squire here instead of something else. I mean, I might literally do almost nothing with this hand, other than just gain that stupid silver and turn a copper into a squire. But I drew my cards in a kind of bad order. I don't know. I don't think I'm going to go right for provinces. Oh, I could do my darn thing where I gain another. Once again, forgetting about the ghost town thing. Do I want to do anything further than that? It's not like I really can. The crowns are kind of overselling it. I think I take a swashbuckler. Maybe just like yet another dang crown. I don't think I want to refigure anything that's already in my deck. This would be a nice hand if I was getting a bunch of free money from Priest, but I'm like kind of spinning out and just like running out of stuff. Do I really want a swashbuckler? That's like not an easy word for me to say, evidently. Nothing else here is like particularly interesting. I don't want to turn my expand into anything. So, as I said, the plan is to eventually just like pop off with squires and gatekeepers. In order to do that, I have to have a functional deck that draws a bunch and like is able to sort of keep fueling the squires by doing extra stuff. I mean, is it just like another effing storyteller? I don't think it is. I think it's like another effing crown, which is like such a stupid card in this kingdom, and yet. Because now that I have that silver, I'm going to probably draw some more stuff with storyteller. But maybe I just need a third storyteller because the deck is... I just want a crown. Maybe that's so stupid. I don't know. This is exactly the kind of hand that I was basically begging for. Yeah, that should have been another storyteller. I mean, maybe it shouldn't have been. I don't know. I feel like I'm gonna like have a Okay, so did you not have your priest in hand? This is actually not such a bad hand. I mean, I'm gonna get a lot done with this. What I'm planning on doing is trashing the squire into a gatekeeper and also gaining another storyteller, which I'm supposed to have. Maybe I just like play the gatekeeper next turn. I mean, yeah, that wasn't like such a insanely productive turn for them either. Gatekeeper is like a little bit annoying because I mean, you're hoping to do gate in play, basically. I don't know if my opponent is really thinking that far ahead, or if actually, I'm not 100% sure that we're going to be able to. But, yeah, I mean, okay, then I do this, and then I was going to take a ghost town, and I was going to take a squire. You have a lot of ghost towns. Oh, no, you don't have a lot of ghost towns. A lot of them are in the trash. Cool. I think that both of us are going to have a good hand. Oof. It's sort of just like they have a bunch of extra detritus in their deck that I don't, and I also have more, like I have 2 squires, and I sort of have the extra action, the extra like stuff. And I have my sweet little plan, which is to what? Okay. Maybe you didn't draw any ghost tellers or ghost storytellers in Swashbucklers. I don't know. Oh. Oh, sure. And then he plays Swashbuckler. That makes sense. Well, I mean, you're gonna draw like all the dang cards in your deck. Yeah, well, then you saw what card you're about to draw, but whatever. I don't really care. Yeah, it's basically like you kind of realize that you're going to draw way too many cards, and you can sort of realize that regardless of what happens. Like, I tend to assume that people aren't just going to brazenly ask for an undo, realizing that they like learned something. Oh yeah, that priest is going to do a lot of work for you. I don't know. So I've definitely like managed to do more expanding recently than I have. But you're also low on buys. I don't agree with Swashbuckler. Maybe I do. I don't know. I think I want to gain the silvers. So I have these 3 effing buys. But what's about to happen is that I'm going to draw 3 silvers and frickin' expand them all into stuff. I think I like playing the gatekeeper right now. I mean, there's basically nothing to do other than just draw the cards. Oh, I can't play the gatekeeper. Maybe I just turn the gatekeeper right into a province. Give my opponent a good enough scare, and then also, I mean, gonna end up with a lot of crown plays. I mean, or a lot of expand plays. I can gain basically up to 4 provinces next turn. It's hard to come back from 4 provinces. And it's also easy to... Well... Okay. Pretty sure I want to, like, do this. Because that card sucks. And I can't really play it. Maybe I can. Maybe, are you really gonna... Are you gonna have gaining and playing to do? Oops. that was a bit silly. I don't think I'm going to gain 4 provinces next turn. We'll see what they do. I mean, they can probably do that. Well, maybe they can't. I kind of don't know. I like a swashbuckler now. Just to draw 3 cards. I mean, a gold draws 3 cards too. Without needing to... I don't know, screw it. That's silly. Okay. This is sort of awkward. So they're going to have a nice turn. And they are different from me in that they can buy provinces, basically. I struggle to see myself doing that, although I'm going to end up with like a bunch of extra silvers this turn, but I don't think it's going to work out like that. It strikes me as hard to come back from even like a deficit of... My opponent has 4 provinces and there's 3 provinces left in the pile. Because it's not easy to gain duchies. It's like barely easier to gain a duchy than it is to gain a province on this board. Okay. So you're not going to be able to play all your stuff then. Because you only have like the 1 crown and the 1 squire, I think. You have the treasure chest, that's cool. They drew a card and then they just like lost the coin that they got from Squire. That's funny. But I mean, I think that right now I don't think they. I think that I possess two of the squires. One of them is in the graveyard. Okay. Yikes. Kind of hoping that this is basically like bad as hell. Man, it would have been nice if I saw that swashbuckler earlier. I think I want to crown this. I mean, so what do I have? I have like effing 2 crowns down there and a swashbuckler. And like some other stupid cards that I don't know what they are and barely care. I mean, it's there's one other card that's stupid, and it's a squire, I believe, which is, of course, nothing at all. I don't think that they're going to struggle to clean up if they leave, for example, like 2 provinces on the board, and I don't think I'm going to be able to do better than that. I mean, it's literally they just win, so that sucks. And I don't have enough cards that cost 5, and I can trash a province, but that doesn't really do a lot. Like, it's still like I think I'm gonna have to aim to turn some stuff into duchies now, and that's gonna be bad. They're not gonna struggle to draw, I think. I mean, they should struggle to draw. Well, they shouldn't, because if they see a storyteller, they're basically golden. Man, this would have been better if I saw my swashbuckler. Okay, well, this is bad. This is also bad. I think I kind of like hope that they just like don't. I mean, they possibly don't see their storyteller, and they actually don't. They just have the 2 of them. The question is whether I care about like duchies at all, and I think that I like don't. Definitely need duchies in order to win, but, well, I don't know. I'm probably going to need duchies in order to win. If they can gain 4 provinces, it doesn't look good for me regardless, so I'm just going to gain 1 province here. I'm going to top, or I have a crown and a swashbuckler on top, so I am going to draw next turn, so I don't think I have to worry about that too much. But I'll take another swashbuckler just in case. Oh. I think this ghost stone is actually better than anything else. I didn't really realize that. I forgot an expand play. Do I knock down the provinces? I don't think that there's really any point to doing that. And I think that a ghost stone is an ideal card basically. So I don't know, but this looks bad. I mean, I basically just need them not to see any of the 3 draw cards. Or maybe they can, like, see a swashbuckler, but not see the storytellers. Which is possible. But kind of unlikely. And I think that they basically... Oh, crap, okay. Yeah, okay. Maybe they don't know that you can spend coffers, although... Oh! Okay. Maybe they decided not to do that. I don't know. Okay, that's the swashbuckler. Maybe there's... I don't know. I don't know what I'm hoping is on the bottom right now. I think I got really... Like, I had a great shuffle at the beginning of this game, and I don't know what ended up happening for, like, turns basically 4 through 8 that made this start sucking. Or turns 5 through 8, maybe. Might have just been that, like, maybe I needed, like, a hard draw card earlier. Maybe I did want the swashbuckler earlier than I got it. Because I spent a lot of time just, like, sort of wading through coppers and like, eventually turning them into squires, which didn't really do a lot either. There's ways that, like, I think I drew crowns in a pretty unlucky order in the first bunch of turns, which, you know, didn't need to happen. If they get even 3 provinces, like, honestly, you know, like, they simply gain 3 provinces that are just now in their deck, I don't think that I can do anything about that. I guess the counterpart to that being trash a province to gain a province. Like, if they gain 3 provinces but trash one of them, I can probably eke out a win or a losing tie. But I don't know. I mean, if the next card is expand, then I'm probably going to lose. The thing is that they don't have that many cards in their deck that cost 5. They have one that costs 6, though. I mean, they play their swashbuckler. They play their storyteller. I think they have one more storyteller. A gold. They have the 2 expands. Okay. So I'll wait to see what the first card that they trash is, but I continue to not feel so great about how this is going to go. They still have like all their... Oh, they don't have any treasure cards. Maybe they won't be able to do this, but then also be able to buy a province, which would kind of be my saving grace. Okay. I don't get it. Maybe you're trashing, or you're playing, you're expanding the crown into a province. Which also kind of makes sense. Oh. I see. Maybe like a duchy? Okay, I mean, if you gain 3 provinces, I remain resolute that that is basically winning. Because I have to gain 4 duchies and an estate in order to make up for that. Which is, now that I say it like that, it doesn't seem like completely absurdly impossible, but it still seems kind of absurdly impossible. Although it's just 2 extra cards. In fact, maybe I'm overrating the difficulty of that. I don't know. Okay. So this I think I can deal with. I still need basically, well, how do I want to do this? I can gain the silver first in order to get the 2 extra coffers. That would mean that I only have like 1 spare play of a crown, but it means that I'm slightly more reliable in the event that I draw a storyteller. I basically have to play... I mean, if I get 3 plays of an expand, I'm happy. So I think I'm going to do that. Of course, it's like a complete disaster if I don't draw any swashbuckling. Or any storytelling, but I have the 3 storytellers. I guess I'm counting on them appearing in the top 6 cards in my 15 card deck, so that's not a guarantee. I feel like if I find a storyteller, I'm basically good. But if I don't draw any storytellers, okay, I'm going to do this. Fuck. Yeah, this is exactly the case that it's like bad. Once again, I have like the losing tie here, actually. Yeah, this is basically perfectly bad. Sure. Man. Ugh. Would this have been like even slightly better if I... Right, well, whatever, man. I should say that that's fine with me. Gosh. So I'm just once again running the numbers that I don't have a... I need to gain... I can easily gain 2 provinces and a duchy, which puts me at a tie, and I was first player, so that sucks. Literally, if I just drew a dang storyteller. Really, it's just about whether I think the squire is better to play than anything. I guess it must be. It's going to be so hard if they can gain even 1 province, and it seems so hard for them to not be able to do that. So, I don't know. I think I turned this. Maybe I'm supposed to play the gatekeeper because it's good for next turn. And then just load up on duchies. Do I want the 1 ghost town? I think I'm going to count on drawing pretty neatly. By the skin of my teeth, I guess. I mean, what? You have to have, like, truly nothing at all in order for me to still be able to win. I guess if you gain exactly 1 province, then I probably win. That doesn't seem like a hand that gains exactly 1 province. Okay. Damn. Although it was close to that. Alright, I'm going to stop my recording right now.